Mario. Welcome to another episode of Ben and John do Cars to Cars podcast.
Yes, that beginning jingle's becoming quite nice actually.
Quite nice actually.
It's quite nice actually. Ben and John do Cars podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Ben and John do Cars Talk Cars podcast.
Yes.
Where today we're going to be freestyling.
We're freestyling.
We haven't got
Rock the
anything-
microphone. Sorry.
For those that want to listen to something specific, tune out now. We're gonna
For
babble.
those of you wanting to listen to anything with any quality,
Tune out now. Yeah, so I think we're just going to catch up, we're going to see each other for a little bit, see what you've been up to car-wise, see what I've been up to car-wise, talk about a few things that we've been seeing around.
Yeah, some new stuff been announced that's tickled my fancy. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a few things out there I like. So we're going to have a little chat about that. We haven't got any Rate or Slates this week, I don't think.
I don't think we've got anything from Rant Alley either.
I've got a few tiny bugbears to chuck in, but it's going to be a 30-second segment.
Oh, that's fine.
Stuff that we've covered multiple times in the past, and I just want to do it again.
Quick little divert into just pop it up on the curb on Rant Alley, have a little rant.
Off
out
we
again.
go.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
We'll do that at the end. Then.
Just to release the pressure valve a little bit.
Yeah, love that. But before we get started, housekeeping. We are supported by the Street Taverna. Of day of recording, they are out at Harbourside. Obviously, that's not going to mean anything to you guys once you listen to it. Check them out on Instagram at the Street Taverna. Usually around Bristol, normally Harbourside. They do lovely Greek-style street food. And if you go and order your souvlaki, pork or vegetable, or chicken, I think, and say, let's do it. When you order, you get your free halloumi and fry upgrade. So yes, thank you to the Street Taverna. Rocking and cocking, right?
Yeah. Right, let's go. Let's kick off.
Okay. Well, I've seen a few models in the news recently that I think is worth talking
Page
about.
3.
I don't do that anymore. Do you know what? Right. Just on the subject of page 3. We all used to love looking at page 3 when we were younger, right? Everyone, you'd find a son when you were. I don't know, in your formative years, your early teenage years, you'd find a copy of The Sun, you'd just be like, and you knew exactly what to do. You didn't have to find the page, just literally lift up the cover.
Oh, page 3. Oh,
she's nice.
Yeah.
But then when I got to about 22, 23, I think, early 20s, first of all, it didn't quite have the same appeal. But second of all, you'd do the little sneaky look, you'd be like, oh, you'd be like, wait, Amanda, 18 from Reading, and you'd be like,
oh, weird.
Oh, she's basically a child. That's strange. No, I don't like it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
Same with Nuts magazines. Remember Nuts magazines?
I do.
They were littered with like 18, 19-year-old women in bikinis, and when we were that age, it was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But the target audience was like men in their 30s. I think.
Yeah, our age now, basically. I
Yeah.
think. Late 20s, early 30s.
Which is kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit strange. Me and Willie C partied with Gemma who was in Nuts magazine.
Yeah,
once.
I remember. In Oxford.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice one. Anyway, enough of that.
Anyway, right, so I got a couple of models that I just want to touch on that I've seen either teased or announced or whatever recently.
Fire away.
And then I want to speak about Ireland.
Ben's been to Ireland.
I'm into Ireland.
Watching some drifting.
Yeah, so we'll touch on that. But first of all, let me just get my notes up. There's just a few just juicy little bits that have been, like I say, either announced or teased or whatever.
Juicy.
Excuse me. So, do you know who Ian Callum is?
No.
Right, so Ian Callum is a designer, and he worked for many years at Ford, and then he moved on to Aston Martin. He designed various bits from various Fords. When he moved up to like actual models, I believe he did the Racing Puma.
Oh, very nice.
Which is one of my personal favourites.
Yeah.
He also did a few Aston Martins, and then he moved on to Jaguar. Did a lot of Jaguar work.
Very nice.
He did when they made the estate version of the XF.
Yes.
He did that. Did he work on the estate version of the 75 as well? I think he may have done.
My God.
Did he? No, I'm not. No, maybe not. I'm not sure. Anyway, good CV.
Yeah.
His crowning achievement is probably the Vanquish.
Lovely.
And he's now currently got a company. He's sort of semi-retired now, but he's got a company where he does kind of resto modded Vanquishes, basically. I can't remember exactly what they're called. They're called like the Ian Callum something Vanquish 25 or something, and he's doing 25 of these, and he's basically doing sort of revised headlights, bumpers, that kind of stuff. It's more of a cosmetic thing than a sort of reworking of the whole car, but it's to get it closer to what he originally designed, because obviously you design a car, then the marketing department and the bean counters and the engineers and everyone gets hold of it. Oh, it needs to, we need to have the bonnet this high off the ground, whatever.
Yep.
So he's making 25 of these Vanquishes that are supposed to look like exactly what he wants to. And it's very subtle. Like the average person probably couldn't tell them apart from a production version. But he teased this week, or last week I think it was, a potential shooting brake version.
Oh.
I'll show you a quick photo. Audio listeners, I'm sorry, but Google the Ian Callum Vanquish Estate or wagon or shooting brake or whatever. Just tell me what you think about this shape, because I think, I love a wagon. I love a shooting brake. Tell me what you think about that.
Wow.
Wow.
It's
Is that not the coolest car you've ever seen?
It looks like the Ferrari F12. Is it the F12?
The FF.
FF, sorry.
Yeah.
It looks very much like that.
Yeah, similar sort of thing. And it's kind of like a slightly stumpier version of the Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo.
Yes.
Sorry, Sport Turismo.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I like that. It's cool.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And that's an Aston Martin.
Yeah, it's Vanquish.
That is so cool.
So, yeah, fingers crossed someone pays Ian Callum the money to actually make one of those. That would be lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. I mean, I love wagons.
So do I.
Love long roofs.
Long backs.
Boxy boys.
Hard lines at the back.
Yeah. Hard line.
Oh, Battlefield hard line, yeah?
So hard line. I don't know what's going on. Right, okay.
Cool. What else have you seen out there?
Few things. Have you seen the Alpine A290 that's been revealed?
Have not.
So Alpine are doing an Alpine version of... Have you seen the new Renault 5? The electric Renault 5?
No.
Okay, so for audio listeners, there's a new electric Renault 5 coming out that is that is sort of a homage
to the old one
and a reimagining of the old one. It's a full EV.
Show me.
So I'll show you the Renault 5 version.
I really hope it's good. I really hope it looks good. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so disappointed.
So this is the Renault version.
Oh, I've got my eyes squinted.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, that is a proper homage to the old days.
Homage.
Look at that.
It's a fromage.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Cheese.
Oh, right. Well, it's cheese coloured.
Yeah.
Yellow. Yeah, I think that looks bad.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that rear end is perfect.
It looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Very futuristic.
But
very, very throwbacky.
It's 80s future. It's like Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Synthesizers.
So
neon lights.
Yeah. So Alpine are doing... I don't know if this is confirmed or if they've just teased it, but Alpine have announced they're doing an Alpine version of the Renault 5. The Alpine A290.
Oh my God, that is probably the nicest thing I've ever seen.
Look at that. Look at that.
That is awesome.
It's so cool, isn't it? Look at it.
That is amazing.
So again, for audio listeners, what we're looking at here is, picture
Renault 5.
Google it. Google it. Google the 2023 Renault 5 first, so you can have a look at that, and then look at the A290.
Is it single seater in the
No.
Is that the same car?
No, surely not.
So we just scrolled over to a picture that shows
the
cockpit
talking?
view
Are we talking
like a McLaren F1 style seating position?
Central driving position? Because if not, blah 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 blah.
God, that'd be so cool, wouldn't it?
The Alpine A29 Beta is so the photos we just looked at is 85% true to the production model. So I'm going to go out there and say probably the wheels aren't going to be the same. They'll be a bit smaller and a different design. Maybe won't have so many of the spoilers and stuff. The Alpine A290 Beta's interior is very much in concept form. Okay, yeah, so it's not going to have a central seating position once it makes production. But
the general body shape of it is badass.
Yeah,
it really does look like a Renault 5.
And this is what I think. Alpine are a brand that I've not driven oh Christ, what are they called? A110. I've not driven an A110. I'd love to, because everyone says they're amazing. And I like the idea of it. But this is what I think Alpine should be doing. I think they've done a good thing by sort of putting themselves out there with the A110, being like, yeah, this is we're bringing Alpine back. Look what we're bringing it back with. We're taking an engine out of a Megane, stuffing it in the back of a real lightweight chassis.
Made out of freaking aeroplane aluminium.
Yeah, we're not going to follow the crowd. We're going to be very French about it. Très français.
Ah, yeah, oui.
Je ne comprends pas le suspension hard. We like it very soft.
Yeah.
So they've made it. The A110 is much softer sprung than its competition, which it can be because it's lighter and blah, blah, blah. It goes into that whole thing, all the cliche stuff. Make it lighter, you make it faster, you make it more fuel efficient, stop better, handle better, more comfortable, blah, blah, blah. And if they're going to start making Alpine versions of Renault models, I mean, if they just start slapping like
body kits and shit on
Alpine line on like, you know, mid-spec Meganes.
I'm not about that life.
I'm not about that. But if they're going to do actual proper standalone models based on the Renault range, I think that's a great idea.
Well, judging by what they've already put out on this, that looks fantastic.
It does, doesn't it?
Don't know what the spec's going to be.
Très bien.
But yeah, très bien.
Mes amis
très bon.
de Alpine.
Oui, merci.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that to the table. Didn't even know that existed.
I know,
It looks
right? It's
freaking
rad,
rad. Do you know what? I'm getting more and more excited about electric cars.
Are you?
Which
Okay,
is
that's
weird
interesting.
because I've never
Talk to me.
I've never been an electric car man. Ow.
No.
And I don't think many people are because they're relatively new. But for those people that love electric cars, and there are some diehards out there who've been putting electric motors in all sorts of stuff for years. Like I remember going to a Volkswagen show probably about 15, maybe 10 years ago, and there was a Mark IV Golf with an electric motor in that had like 500 horsepower. And I was just like, that looks weird. I have no idea what that is. I thought it was a compressor for air suspension at the time. But it turns out it was actually an electric motor in a Mark IV Golf. And I thought, fair play. But like going into the modern world in the electric cars.
This is a modern world. Sorry.
I've never been really into electric cars. One, because they don't sound good. We'll come on to that again in a minute. Two, they're not petrol.
Yeah.
And three, I don't get the idea of driving a car without a gear stick and gears and clutch and a soundtrack and all that sort of stuff.
I mean, you have owned an automatic car before.
Yeah, I know. It's still got a soundtrack.
Yeah,
it's still
true.
got gears.
Yeah.
You can still change the gears in it. But yeah, however, this is starting to change a little bit. I've seen a few cars recently which I've been like, do you know, I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have a go in that. I'd like to try that.
Anything in particular?
Fiat 500.
Oh, yes.
The new Fiat 500e.
Right, okay.
I haven't actually done a massive amount of research. Sorry for those that are looking to find out everything there is about Fiat 500e. We will get it up on the iPad.
You're listening to the wrong
channel.
podcast.
If you want nerdy information, you're on the wrong podcast. But yeah, it basically is the Fiat 500e Abarth.
Right,
so
okay.
It's Fiat. It's a Bath's version of the 695, which is the petrol variant.
Fiat 500s
past.
as a general rule are lame. Abarth 500s as a general rule are pretty cool.
Are pretty badass. And so anything with the Abarth logo on, I'm interested in.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's now an electric Abarth, well, it's gauged my interest a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Piqued my interest. And I did a little bit of research on it. And they've changed some things from the old one, which I think actually make it more exciting.
Okay, what were we saying?
So,
fill me in. Give me the
anybody
deets.
there's very minor things, but anybody knows anything about Fiat 500s will know that the driving position in any Fiat 500 Abarth is far too high.
Yes.
So it feels like you're sitting on top of it.
Yeah.
And you're like kind of over the top of the car.
Well, you can't get low and
Can't get racing.
yeah.
Even though it's like a sporty car, it doesn't feel particularly sporty because the driving position is completely wrong.
Yeah.
So, and that's been the same throughout the whole range of the Abarths, right? So I don't know why they haven't addressed this before, but in the new electric Abarth, the driving position is much lower.
I see.
So they've put you lower in the car.
Yeah.
Immediately, they fixed the one problem that was in the other Abarths, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, we're on to something here. They're just as fast as the Abarths, arguably a bit slower around the racetrack.
Yeah.
But not 60 stats and things like that. I think it's got 150 odd horsepower.
Let's have a look.
So they haven't gone mental in terms of the capabilities of electric motors these days. They haven't been like, okay, now we've got the access to the electric motor, let's just make it 250 horsepower.
Yeah.
Because that would be absolutely mental.
Yes.
And probably not that usable in everyday life. So they've kept it to a point where they realise that electric motors can make cars ridiculously fast, but also make them less fun to drive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they said, right, we'll put a similar powered engine or motor in this car so that people still get the fun driving experience of trying to push these around the racetrack or going down B roads and all that sort of stuff.
So just for reference, so it's the new Abarth 500e.
Yep.
Has a electric motor that is 113 kilowatts, which I'm pretty sure is 150 horsepower.
Yeah, perfect.
So not crazy, because I think the standard Abarths had about 135.
Yeah.
And then you got some of the faster ones were 160.
Yeah,
and then the really fast ones like the 695 Beposto and Competizione and all
Yeah.
that kind of Competizione, si bella. Yeah, anyway. It's about 195 horsepower, something like that,
So I think what they've tried to do
I am Italian.
is design a car that doesn't steer away from the brand and doesn't make diehard lovers of the brand go, for fuck's sake, why have you brought an electric car out that doesn't fit the brief?
Yeah, if you want a super fast hot hatch, buy a Golf R or an S3 and RS3 or a Focus RS or a Civic Type R. There's a handful.
Yeah.
This is one step below that. This is kind of.
It's like a.
I mean, it's even smaller than a Fiesta, really, isn't it? Because it is basically underneath. Well, not the new one, but the Fiat 500 was the Ford
car.
Yeah. So that is, they never did a fast car. It's the similar sort of thing as like the Up GTI or the old Panda 100 horsepower. God, I love those.
I saw one of them the other day.
I love them. They're so cool.
Every time I see one, I go, Ben, I love that.
If I had a bit of money, I'd take a punt on one of those.
Yeah, why not?
I'd just splash $3,000 on like a half decent one.
Wow.
Get some like.
Got some nice wheels.
Just
white.
refresh the suspension. Maybe put on some nice aftermarket like coilovers, not to slam it, but just to give it some nice suspension. Exhaust, induction, just normal bolt-on stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
So what they've done with the Fiat 500e is take everything that's good about the 695 and make it better, but obviously not the petrol engine. So the suspension is just as good.
Right.
Seating position is good.
Probably a better centre of gravity, I would have thought, because the battery pack, I assume, will be quite low.
Yeah. The driving experience, basically the same. From what I can read, around the racetrack, they are arguably very similar. Similar sorts of times. The 695 is probably a little bit faster, just simply because you can probably get more out of it around a racetrack with having gears and an electric motor, electric engine. But you can still, from what people are saying, you can still push this around a racetrack and still get that kind of hot hatchy feel.
That's cool.
Which is cool because it's usually quite lost on electric cars.
Yeah, we've driven a few electric cars. I must admit, in terms of, I've not properly driven a Tesla. Like I've driven a Model 3 a couple of times, but only sort of basic stuff, running it up and down the road. It is interesting that car manufacturers now are starting to inject fun in electric cars, because it was literally like, right, okay, first of all, the main draw of electric cars was you don't have to put fuel in it and you're saving the planet.
Yeah.
And then it was not many people were that excited about not putting fuel in a car and saving the planet.
Yeah.
So then it was like, right, okay, how can we get people interested? And it was like, right, well,
shitloads of power,
shitloads of acceleration.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's the selling point.
So Tesla was the first ones to do it, and then everyone followed suit. Every electric car's got 700-800 horsepower, instant torque, blah, 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 blah. It'll annihilate everything in a straight line. That fucking guy from Rant Alley a couple of weeks ago with the Kia Soul EV.
Yeah. I mean, typical bastard.
Yeah. But now I feel like a lot of car manufacturers are like, okay, cool, well, we need to make these things fun to drive.
They need to be drivers' cars.
Yeah, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Great. You do it a couple of times, you show it to your mates, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to be doing that on your commute.
No.
You're not going to be doing that on a country road.
It doesn't define a good car.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't define a good driving experience.
No.
It just it's like a novelty gimmick that the car has, and that's all it has. One trick pony sort of
Exactly.
thing. And you can't drive it particularly far. And if you do the radical acceleration 10 times a day, you're not going to be going far at all.
Exactly. And a lot of these really high performance ones, they don't. You can't. You can only actually do the real, like the ludicrous or the
Ludicrous mode.
the Luda mode in the Teslas, or the Plaid, I think it is. Like the fastest versions of the Tesla I think the battery has to be in like an optimum state.
It can't be too cold, can't be too hot.
Yeah, so in order to engage ludicrous mode, you have to like precondition the battery, and then you can do maybe like one run, then you have to wait for it to cool down, then another run.
Right.
So even the like one trick pony
Can't be done all the time.
can't be done all the time. I mean, some manufacturers are getting better with that. I think the Porsche, the different voltages they use and the different technologies they use. I think Porsche you can do it all the time up until empty, and I think a few of the others you can as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, a fast 0 to 60 time does not maketh a driver's car.
Yes.
Or driver's car.
Doesn't. I know what you're trying to say.
There's an old fable from the 1800s, I think, when instant talketh applied, no pleasureth be having by L driver.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what they
Benjamin Franklin said that.
Okay. Thank you.
He got the lightning. He got the lightning strike on the kite,
And
eventually, immediately just went. Instanteth talk available, noneth pleasure for L driver.
yeah, and then it was documented.
Yeah.
And now everybody knows that. You heard it here last, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think car manufacturers are looking at that and going, do you know what? We need to start making cars that are good all round. Fun all rounders. So like down B roads.
Yeah.
You know, fun around a racetrack even.
Yeah.
Things like that. And I think obviously there's a lot of car manufacturers that are doing this, and we've seen it quite regularly with like that Lotus we talked about, the Lotus Vora, is it? The new one? I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, Lotus are doing it. They're making like a racy type car, fully electric. There's obviously loads of other manufacturers doing it. But for a company like Fiat and Abarth to do that, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because you see car companies that are in the same sort of market as that, just chundling out all these fucking boring electric cars. And they haven't got anything that makes me go, ooh, I want to have a go in that.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Fiat and Abarth, they're going, right, we need to make something a bit more unique here. We need to make a driver's car that fits the Abarth range, that is going to be more appealing to the modern market.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was interested. It sparked my interest.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Looks cool. I'm interested to find out more about that.
I mean, relatively speaking, it's not a in the EV world. It doesn't have the greatest specs in terms of.
Doesn't have any specs.
Doesn't have any specs in terms of like its usable range and things like that. I think it's really bad. The technical specs on that crap.
Yeah, no, I just saw. I mean, it's got a 42 kilowatt hour battery.
So it's not loads and loads.
I mean, it's not great. It's for a car that size. Again, no one's going to be buying that to do a lot of long journeys in.
No.
So I would imagine the official range on that's going to be probably 200 and a bit miles.
Yeah, maybe not even that.
But which, yeah, it's fine. That's what I mean. This is where the electric car stuff comes in.
Yeah. And I think if you can look at it in the sense of, I don't give a shit how far it's going to get me, as long as I'm having fun in it.
Yeah.
Then
as long as it does as long as it meets my immediate needs, commute or like seeing family or friends or whatever.
And if I can get to and from work and have a bit of fun doing it, and still feel engaged in my car and save money because it's electric,
absolute synergy.
I'm all over it, mate.
There's synergy up the yin yang.
Also, electric cars, right? I've usually got like piped music and things, like soundtracks to the.
Yeah, I noticed one of the headlines
is mental.
I noticed it was the loudest EV.
Yeah, try and load up a video on YouTube of that, because this has got a whole speaker system and a subwoofer system that tries to replicate the sound of the 695.
Really?
And it's probably even louder. So when you turn it on, it literally sounds like the petrol variant.
Let's have a little listen.
Which is just, I think it's just mental. And it's almost like antisocially loud.
Right, I'm going to play this, but we'll try and cut it over with an actual clip. So don't, yeah.
Sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It literally sounds like a 4-pot turbo.
I mean,
you try one on startup.
Okay, I'd want to hear it in real life, but I mean, from the video, that sounds pretty impressive.
Again, it's not real sound.
It's not real sound, mate.
It's real sound, but it's not real actual engine sound, because there isn't a freaking petrol engine. But it sounds just like the 4-pot turbo variant.
That is quite impressive. The most exposure I've had to those sort of fake sound generator things is you can option a Transit Custom MSRT with a fake speaker box.
Yeah.
They're pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you're within a couple of feet or a couple of meters of the car, it sort of the system kind of falls down. You can tell it's a fake noise coming out of speaker.
Yeah.
But if you're if it's driving past you or whatever, or if it's the other side of a car park, they're pretty convincing.
Yeah, and also I think when you hear electric cars, you think fucking spaceship or something. Like it's not like we're not used to it yet.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a bit like, oh, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? But if you hear a piped version of a petrol engine coming through an electric car, you're like, oh, yeah, I quite like that because that's what I've been used to.
Yeah.
So they're combining things that they know people love, which is burbly sounds of engines and turbos and things
and to be fair, the Abarth 500s have always been quite outrageous.
Yeah, I really, really do like the sound of them.
Yeah, it is.
It's just such a loud sound coming from such a small thing. So yeah, they've thought about that and thought, do you know what, we're not going to hold back here. We're going to make this thing rev like a petrol car.
Yeah, it's interesting. I quite like that. I mean, I don't know how they're going to compare on performance and price and range and stuff, but given the choice between the two, that Alpine that we looked at earlier is leagues ahead for me.
Oh, well, yeah, but I don't think the Alpine is actually going to look like that.
No, that's true. That is
it's a
true.
Concept at the minute.
Yeah.
And they always look mental in concept.
But it is nice that there's more sort of hot or at least warm electric sort of small hatches coming in. It is nice to know that people are trying to make electric cars fun.
And the fact we're talking about it and going, oh, I'm quite interested in that, just shows that two people that kind of don't really like electric cars are thinking about electric cars.
Yeah, true. Can I talk about Ireland for a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
So I was in Ireland a couple of weeks ago for the first round of the Driftmasters European Championship 2023. I also went to the first round of it last year as well. Had a great time.
Yep.
Went back this year for the same thing. Had a great time at Mondello Park, not far outside of Dublin, and it was just a great time. It was just a great time. For anyone who's kind of half interested in drifting, I recommend go to the Driftmasters European Championship page on YouTube and just look at some of the highlights. Really, really good quality of drifting. Like, really good quality. You had James Dean, the machine.
Yeah.
He was there. He's not competing in the full season, but he was there just kind of as a I think it was a wild card entry.
Oh, right, okay.
That was really good. Met James Dean again. Met him last year. But yeah, it's just really impressive. Really, really impressive. The level of driving and the level of engineering in that championship. Because I've only really got into drifting in the last couple of years, and I'm not like heavily into it. I don't know all the players. I only know the sort of the big boys. But yeah, some of the machines were really impressive. My favourite being the Black Smoke Racing Mercedes C-Class estate.
Yeah,
I liked it so much, I bought a Black Smoke Racing cap.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it's nice. I wondered what that was.
So these guys are, I think they're Swedish. They're certainly Scandinavian.
Uh-huh.
And from what I can tell, they're a bit of a... They just don't sort of take themselves too seriously.
Like to have a bit of
fun
with it.
Like to have a bit of fun with it, yeah.
Isn't that what drifting's all about?
Well, yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, have a bit of fun. It's not, let's face it, it's not the most serious motorsport in the world. Whoa. It's not the most serious motorsport in the world, is it?
Yeah.
And these guys just like to mix it up and have a bit of fun. And so, yeah, they've been making diesel drift cars, I think, for quite a while. And their latest one is W203, or S203, I should say, station wagon. But it's got the front and rear end of the newer W204. So it's a slightly weird looking thing. And it's got the 3.2 Mercedes diesel in it with two turbos, one of which is absolutely humongous.
Insert photo here.
Yeah, I'll put a photo that I took on the video, because just go and check these guys out. Black Smoke Racing, their Mercedes is outrageous. It's making about 800 horsepower.
When you showed me a video of it, I was confused because the car itself is producing like plumes of black smoke, but it sounds like a petrol car. It
doesn't sound like a diesel at all, does it? I don't know what it revs to, but it must be
quite a lot.
Quite a lot, yeah. I think those Mercedes diesels do rev. It's actually the newer 3.2. A lot of people use the slightly older super diesels, but yeah, it doesn't sound like a diesel at all. No. It's mental. It's so cool, and just the fact this big old wagon was there, and mate, they were getting it done as well. Yeah, they were They weren't there to mess about. They were sending it hard.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That was really cool. There were a few other, obviously, yeah, James Dean was really good. Peter Vicek, who won last year when we were there, and also won the championship last year, he also won this time. And what was really nice about it is, first of all, drifting seems like a pretty nice sport. I mean, I've only ever been to events either in the UK or Ireland, but every time I go, the Ireland specifically, if you go to Mondello Park, everyone's super friendly, everyone's kind of real chilled out, like it's...
Yeah. It's quite a family atmosphere.
Yeah.
Like, not in the sense of like having kids everywhere, but in the sense of like everybody helps everybody.
Exactly.
They're all there to have a good time, and
it's really accessible as
really
well.
good.
Like because we're flying out to go watch it. The 2 times that we've been out there, it's like, right, well, there's no point going on a Saturday, coming back on a Sunday. Let's actually make a weekend of it. So we go out on the Friday.
Yeah.
And you get to, your ticket is only for Saturday and Sunday. But if you go on the Friday to Mondello Park when they're practicing, you literally rock up to security and you're just like, yeah, is it cool if we just come and watch practice? And you've got the whole run of the whole place.
Nice. Pits and everything.
Pits and everything. Paddock, you can go speak to the drivers. You can go have a look at all the cars. Like, everyone's really friendly.
That is cool.
Access to the whole circuit, all the grandstands. So Friday was a complete vibe. We were just chilling out watching it.
Yeah, nice.
It was just a great trip. Yeah, my personal highlights car-wise were the Black Smoke Racing Mercedes, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Love to see James Dean do his thing. The guy's just...
He's the best.
He didn't win.
Were the Shanahans there?
Yeah, both Shanahans are there.
Getting it done?
Yeah, they were. They didn't. They weren't in the final.
Oh, right.
But they were both pretty high up. I can't remember the guy's name. Dwayne McKeever was there actually. He's who knocked.
Yeah, he's decent.
Yeah, do you remember him from when we went to see BDC? Yeah. He was in that white S13. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
He was doing his thing. He was another wildcard entry actually, and it was really cool because him and James Dean were in the
battles,
quarterfinals together or semi-finals. I can't remember. Battle. And he actually knocked James Dean out.
No way.
Fucking smacked his head. No, he knocked James Dean out of the knockout stages, and then they obviously go back ages because they're the
OGs.
OG Irish drift scene, and then they did a load of like cool donuts together and stuff, and the crowd were just fucking lapping it up. They were loving it. I was loving it as well. It was great.
That's the cool thing about drifting is like when they finish their runs, they get out and they're like hugging and high fiving. That was fucking mental. No matter who won,
there's no animosity. Even if there's been contact or whatever, everyone seems really chill.
It's cool.
And the weather was quite good to us as well. So that was really good fun. Like I say, I recommend, if anyone's curious, I really recommend checking out Driftmasters European Championship. It's a real good series.
Yeah, sweet.
Quite accessible, family friendly, not too expensive. We don't have any rounds in the UK, unfortunately. But yeah, I'd recommend checking it out.
Nice.
And just in general, the cars in Ireland, as in like...
They're mental, yeah?
They're not mental. There's just a few... I like going to a close by.
Oh, you mean cars as in just general population?
Yeah, just on the road, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant the drifting.
No, those cars were mental. But the cars on the road, I like going to a foreign country because, especially one that's close by.
Right.
So like France, Ireland,
Europe,
Belgium, like all the Western European countries, because they all have, like 90% of the cars they have, 95% even, are the same as what we have. But every now and again, there'll just be a weird little, like, what the fuck is that?
A little variant difference.
Yeah. And it's, mate, in Ireland, it seems, they love their saloon versions of hatchbacks.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, I saw loads of, like, current shape, or, no, it would have been previous shape, I guess. But, like, new Focus saloons.
Okay,
Like, 5 years old or whatever.
Yeah. Which
looked really strange. Quite a few, I think I saw a few Clio saloons.
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it?
Yeah, loads of them. And I'm like, why did that kind of stuff never really catch on in the UK?
Well, when I went to Morocco, I saw a Clio saloon.
Yeah.
And it was like a, I don't know, Phase 3 or Mark 3 Clio, whatever you call them. And it just looked like the most obscure thing I'd ever seen.
I'm pretty sure I saw a Nissan Micra saloon as well.
No way.
There's just loads of them trundling about.
Yeah, and we don't see them at all here. So when we do see them, we're like, what is that?
Yeah, really strange. A lot of Vauxhalls, Badgers, Opals.
Yeah,
oh my God. So our rental car, we had a base spec, and I mean Well, was it base spec? It must have been base spec. We had a low spec, put it that way, Astra.
Oh god.
Opel Astra. You know, standard rental car spec. So white.
Yeah.
No alloy wheels. It was on hubcaps. It had aircon.
That's all right.
And it was an automatic for some reason. But tiny little. I don't know what engine it had, but it was a small capacity petrol engine.
4 or something.
Yeah. Wasn't and it was it was an absolute shit box.
Yeah, they are though, aren't they? Most rental cars are.
Yeah, but like,
unless you pay mega money.
I've driven poverty spec like Fiestas from the last couple of years.
Yeah, and
they were much nicer than this poverty spec Astra. Like, it was one of those things where I was like, oh, they do still make
shit cars,
but well, not shit cars. Like, it was fine,
just like no thrills. It gets the job done, but. You're not going to have a nice time.
But the thing is, as well, is that I quite like the idea of that. Just back to basics. You don't need all this technology. You don't need everything. If you just want a car, you just want a car.
The problem is, they're still very expensive.
That's what I mean. They're still really expensive, and they've still got all the underlying technology.
Yeah, it's just not unlocked.
But it's just like, oh, great. So I've paid whatever one of those is, probably at least 20 grand. I would have thought. I've paid 20 grand for this car. Yeah. It's got a shit engine. Yeah. The gearbox isn't great. All right, it had aircon, but it's like it didn't really have anything else. So it's like, cool. So I don't have a touchscreen. I don't have any of this stuff. It's like, if you're going to have a back to basics car, make it properly back to basics.
Strip it back.
Yeah.
But that isn't the way of the world these days, man.
No, that's true.
Nobody would buy it.
No, that is true. Rental companies probably would.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, it sounds like a rad trip, dude.
Yeah, it was really good fun. And I'm not going to go to any of the other Driftmasters rounds because can't really afford it because they're all abroad. They're all quite far away, and I've got a few other trips planned this year, so I can't really do any more. But I would love to see it, and I will be keeping up to date with the championship online.
Nice.
I don't think we made it onto Red Bull TV this year.
That's a shame. You were on last time.
Yeah.
Insert video here. If you've got the clip.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah. 93 for James Dean. The streak stays a little safer for the Irish fans in the grandstand. But hey, they were halfway through here. There's a lot more to this story. And the Irish fans, you can see, are incredibly ecstatic about James Dean.
Yeah, mate, we were cheering on James Dean.
Yeah,
and then we got on the Red Bull to stream.
Yeah, boy. Spicy.
We made a James Dean sign.
I saw.
Did you?
Insert picture here.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah, that was that.
So what else we got to talk about this week?
Not much, really. I mean,
I haven't got a massive amount to think about. Just in general, in life.
I've got a few other. I mean, I've got a few. It's very good, Mabel. Calm down. Here's something interesting that I did see on the road. This isn't just a concept car that I've seen in the news. I actually saw one of these on the road with my own 2 eyes.
Oh, what could it be?
And I must admit, I didn't even know they made this.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
But I saw a current shape.
Yeah.
Focus ST Estate the other day. Again, going back to fast wagons.
Yeah, they're lovely.
I saw it going down the motorway, and I was just like...
I saw one of them the other day.
I'm so happy they make that.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Like, because the old Focus, the previous shape Focus ST Estate was really nice.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started working at the Ford dealership, not long after I started, there was someone brought in for a service I can't remember what the colour was called, but that like flat grey. It's like Nardi grey.
Yeah.
Flat grey Focus ST diesel estate.
Okay, fair enough.
And they're like 100.
Wait, get down.
They were like 185 horsepower, 190 horsepower. So
not mega fast.
Not mega fast, but I just thought that would be the perfect daily. It was lovely, it really was.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're still making them in the current shape, and the current shape ST is a great car.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
And that's a hatch. But yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I'm really happy they make that. And I saw it on the road, and the guy was driving it along the motorway. He looked happy as Larry, and I thought, you've got good taste, sir.
Yeah, definitely. Anything sporty and wagon is, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is.
100%.
Even if it's a freaking Astra. Maybe not. But yeah, that's cool. I don't think I've seen anything too out there recently.
No.
Just been moseying along.
What? I'm trying to think if I've... No, that's pretty much it, to be fair.
I've got a few rants.
Okay.
Wait,
hold on. Whoa.
Oh yeah, theme tune.
Whoa. Okay, so it's not raining anymore.
No, it's
Last
not.
time we came to Rant Alley, it was raining. So this time it's a nice summer's evening.
Yes.
We've had a lovely day out in the Volvo.
Lovely.
So we're just coming home, but just before we come home, we're just gonna dip into the lay-by on the edge of Rant Alley.
Yep.
We'll just dip in. We'll just take in the sights and smells of spring/summer.
Yep.
Do the theme tune.
Oh, so, Rant Alley, what are we gonna say? Rant Alley. Ooh.
Cool.
So this week, Ben.
It's been a while since we've done Rant Alley, actually.
Yeah, we've been living a pretty peaceful life.
Yeah.
Not getting too frustrated by fellow human beings.
That's what we like.
However, it's about to change.
Okay.
I mean, it's a one that's always there in the back of my mind, but it's very, very small, but very flipping annoying. Some people don't say thank you.
Well, when you let them out.
When you've let them out, or they've gone past you, or whatever. And I don't know what it is that this never used to happen as much as it does now. I think that the frequency of people saying thank you is dropped significantly to the point where I'm just like, why are you not thanking me?
Yeah.
Whereas usually it's like, oh, cheers, or hello, or whatever. Or if somebody lets you out of a T-junction or whatever, you know what I mean? Or somebody, it's just mental. And it's been pissing me off. But on the flip side of that is, yesterday, and this signifies the point, right?
Can't wait for this.
Well, it's not that fun. But yesterday, I was bored waiting for a set of cars to come past me because there was a car parked in front of me and I had to go around it.
Yeah.
So I was waiting and they were coming through. And
your nose was just stuck out.
Yeah.
Indicator on.
Yeah. They all knew what my intentions were.
Yeah.
And they could tell that I was waiting and letting them through and being kind and courteous and, a nice fellow road user.
Yeah.
And all three people actually said thank you to me.
Oh, nice.
Every single one of them. And I just thought, you know what? That's rare now.
Yeah.
And that,
that's interesting. So the point that brought it home was actually a positive thing.
Yes.
Okay. That's. I mean, we can celebrate that.
It's
the fact that
100%.
those three people all said thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But it makes a point of how many people haven't been saying thank you.
No, I think you're right. And
do I sound just like a real prudent bastard because I'm just like, people must be polite?
No, it's common courtesy. I mean, I think. I've noticed a bit of a decline in that recently as well, and I've noticed a decline in myself doing it as well. Not from being intention, just a lot of the time.
Do you think it's being phased out? Do you think people?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. No, yeah. I mean, but the thing is, if I don't do it, it's because I haven't noticed that somebody's waiting. So the way they've positioned their car, behind a parked car, or maybe they're not indicating or something, and I just haven't noticed until the last second that someone's been waiting for me as I sail past.
Yeah.
And every time I'm just like, fuck, I didn't thank that person. Shit. Yeah. And it really annoys me. I'm like, God damn it, I should have thanked them.
Yeah. I think there's also another thing I want to touch on is when you're pulling onto like a dual carriageway, for instance.
Yeah.
And people can see that there's a slip road near my house where there isn't a slip road. It's just literally you have to pull up to it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop.
You're off and then it's a very tight left-hander. Is that the one you're thinking of?
By the garden centre.
Yeah.
You indicate, and there's not a slip road for you to phase onto. You basically have to stop there at a junction to get onto.
Oh, to get onto the 419.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
So you're indicating on. People can see you because the road is extremely straight and long. They can see you parked there or stationary, waiting to come on, and they don't phase over into the lane too. And but what I've noticed is lorry drivers are exceptionally good at seeing you from a while away, flashing their lights and then moving over.
Oh, lovely.
So I'm always like, thumb out the window, thank you very much. And lorry drivers love it because they rule the road. So they're like, I've got to set a good example.
Yeah.
And they do. And I find that most lorry drivers are the most courteous people on the roads.
Yeah, I like him. I like it when you're overtaking, especially at night. I like it when you're overtaking a lorry and they flash you in. You're like, I'm one of the boys. Yeah, I'm one of the club.
You can come back in.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
So I start doing that to lorries now.
Yeah. No, I do that to lorries as well.
Sometimes if a lorry makes way for me to come onto the dual carriageway, like in that example I just used, as he's passed me and I'm in the slow lane, I'm like, come back in, mate.
Yeah, 100%.
Come back in. And
I do that as well.
Back in, and you just feel like, mate, this is a club.
We're
And you don't get that with people in cars.
No, it's a connection with humanity.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
And I think that's been lost along the way somewhere.
No, I mean, all right, what's your sort of thank you gesture of choice? Right, so you're going past someone, it's a narrow road, and someone's waiting by a parked car for you.
Always a thumbs up.
Always a thumbs up.
Yeah, or if it's like an old person, I'll give them a courteous high five, kind of like, you know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, mine is, if I'm going straight on towards someone, it's a thumbs up usually.
Yeah.
I like to mix it up sometimes with the OK sign.
Oh, I never do that.
No, I do that quite a bit. That's what I normally do out of the side. If someone's letting me out of a T-junction, I'll lean across the passenger window and give them one of those.
My OK sign is when somebody goes past me in a car that I really like.
Oh, yeah, I do that as well. Yes.
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah.
Save that for things I'm like, yeah, nice.
Yeah. Although, annoyingly, I've found that so what was it? I was heading to work last week... and you know the dual carriageway by my old work now.
Yeah.
There was a guy in a Toyota Aygo. Sorry, not Toyota Aygo. What the hell am I saying? A Yaris GR.
Oh yeah, nice.
And I was driving. What was I driving? I was driving the shitty Lexus. Mm-hmm. Why was I driving the shitty Lexus? I can't remember why. Anyway, I was in the Lexus drift car, and I was pulling up to work, my old work. And we had to stop at the traffic lights, and he was coming up next to me, and all I wanted to do was to make eye contact with the dude, give him the OK symbol, or like a thumbs up or whatever. I started with the OK symbol, give him a thumbs up, and who knows, maybe even wind the window down and pay him a compliment. That's all I wanted to do, mate. The guy, honestly, and this happens all the time now. Very good, mate. We'll calm down. The guy literally was just. Straight arm, straight ahead.
Yeah.
On the steering wheel. Just not one. He knew that I was trying to look at him.
He was just like, no.
Yeah.
Don't
I mean, I probably looked like a complete twat driving that drift
Probably.
car.
He probably thought you were about to like wind down the window and swear at him and call him a C word or something.
Possibly. But, and I get that. But just have a little glance over.
Yeah.
If you can see that I'm non-threatening and I'm like, hey, yo, I love your car, man. then just, say hello.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, that's all I got to bring to the table for Rant Alley. It's turned into more of a discussion around being courteous in cars.
Yeah, I'm.
Mabel, calm down.
This is such a cliche and boring thing to rant about, but whilst we're parked up in Rant Alley, I might as well just bring it. So I did a few moto miles yesterday. The middle lane discipline these days is fucking atrocious. Yeah. It is awful. Like
it really is, isn't it?
Fucking move over.
Literally.
Just move over.
It's not a freaking dual carriageway.
No.
You do realise that there's a slow lane.
Yeah, like yesterday I was coming back from Brecon, which is, a 2-hour journey almost.
Yeah.
And a lot of dual carriageway to start with, and then as soon as, basically dual carriageway from Brecon to the M4, and then your M4 the whole way back.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the dual carriageway wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. But the motorway was fucking awful. Bear in mind, this is a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I know.
Very few lorries and stuff on the road, so you can't blame them.
Just get into the lane one, innit?
Just get into... If you, and I genuinely think most people think, oh, well, if I'm doing the speed limit, or maybe even slightly above the speed limit, 75 or whatever, I can't be in the slow lane.
Yeah.
Because that's for lorries that are going slowly, and I'm not going slowly. I'm doing 70 miles an hour.
And I also think there's an element of people that have been taught by their dads when they've learned to drive that use the whole road. Make sure you use the whole road.
Which is correct.
Yeah, down a B road, if you can use the whole road down a B road, absolutely fine. But on a fucking motorway, the whole road is 50 metres freaking wide.
Yeah.
You don't need to be in the middle of it. 50 is a bit of a stretch, but you know what I'm saying?
It probably is. The whole thing's probably 50 metres wide.
Well,
Probably more than that even. Anyway, but I know what you mean.
Just it doesn't apply on the motorway because all you're doing is going in a straight line predominantly all of the time. So you don't need to worry about using the whole road because you're not turning sharply or whatever, And you're just cruising.
And people are oblivious to it as well. Like I'm not one of these people who get super. I try not to get aggressive on the road, right? I try to stay zen. I try not to let anything get I don't take anything too personally. I'm just like these people. Empty vessels, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But even so, sometimes I'll be like, right, okay, there's a guy hogging the middle lane. Or if it's on a dual carriageway, perhaps they're hogging the outside lane.
That's more rare, isn't it?
It's more rare, but it fucking happens.
Yeah.
And again, it happens more now than it did before. I swear.
Yeah,
So
generally because there's more people on the road, I think.
I'll just slowly approach the rear of their car.
Yes.
Not get dangerously close.
Yeah,
but I'll
yeah.
just, okay, I'm gaining
Hello,
on you.
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
And, I'll give him 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because, not everyone's looking in the mirror all the time. I mean, you fucking should be.
Absolutely.
But
Every
fair
3
enough.
seconds.
I get it. Not everyone does that, so it's fine. I won't get angry yet. I'll get a little bit closer. Again, we're not talking dangerously close, but I'll just get a little bit closer.
Hello.
Yeah, no, nothing.
No.
I'll get a little bit closer again, and now we're getting to the point where I'm uncomfortable being this close.
Yeah, you're almost sat in the back of their car.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm like, right, okay. I'm not trying to be imposing. I'm not trying to be like, get out the fucking way. But at this point, I'm like, right, you are in the way now.
You need to move.
So I'll give him a little flash.
Yeah.
Again, not a like full beam, like fucking get out the way flash. Just a little,
Hello.
a couple of little blinks.
Hello, I'm here.
And if they still don't get out of the way, I'm sorry to admit this, but I'll just undertake them.
Yeah, well, yeah, fair enough. My usual go-to is, I'm in the slow lane. Someone's in the middle lane, and I'm approaching them.
Do you do the classic sweep all the way out,
Sometimes I do.
cut all the way back in again?
Sometimes I do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, this fucker needs to know.
Yeah, they need to learn.
And surely by me semi-aggressively sweeping across the middle lane into the outside lane and then back across into the slow lane will make them go, oh, I wonder why he did that.
Yes.
You know?
That used to work, though, and I've noticed that trick
doesn't work
hardly
anymore.
ever works.
So, more so recently, I just stay in the slow lane and undertake them. I don't even bother going into the middle lane, into the fast lane, and back again. I just think, I can't be fucked with that because it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to cruise on past them in the middle lane and hopefully they go, oh, that's not normal. I wonder why they're doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, that doesn't seem to make any difference. Sometimes people go, oh, fuck. Yeah, fair enough. Everyone every now and then has a little moment where they've done 20 miles in the car and not realised how they've done it. So,
Yeah.
you zone out.
Yeah, I mean, I do that, especially if you've got someone in the car and you're having a conversation or whatever. Like, fair enough.
I
But
drove back from Manchester the other day, right? And
Manchester.
from the bottom of the M5 to where we live, I couldn't remember how we got there. Right? Because it was just like one of those things where you're just thinking about other stuff and then you come around and you're like, fucking, how did I not crash?
autopilot, yeah.
So some people might get stuck into autopilot in the middle lane. Fair enough. And it takes someone to undertake them or to sweep around them to realise, oh, fucking hell, what's going on?
Yeah.
But it can't be everybody doing that.
No.
It can't be everybody doing that. It most likely is people being just completely ignorant to the rules of the road. And it's a fucking annoying.
It is annoying.
And it's a problem we're having to live with.
And they're discourteous.
Yeah, they're bastards.
Bastards.
Bastard
Yeah.
middle lane hogging
You
bastards.
Bastard.
Right, there we
Bastard.
go. Rant Alley was a proper Rant Alley there.
Bastard. Right.
Bastards.
Let's get back in the bastard Volvo and...
Get in the Volvo, let's cruise. Oh, fucking hell. Oh,
shake it
Ben,
off.
that Rant Alley really helped me feel more zen. Thank you.
One of the wonders of the universe
Yes.
is how when you get in the Volvo and have a little rant about what's bothering you,
It makes you feel more in
makes
touch
you feel better.
with the universe.
Yeah.
You see that star over there? They haven't got Rant Alley and they're all running around killing themselves.
So yeah,
There you go.
well, that's another episode done, I think.
Yeah, thanks very much for tuning in to Ben and John Do Cars podcast. Please like and subscribe and share on all the platforms that we put this out on.
Yeah.
It really does help us.
Hopefully, the lack of planning and the lack of a solid subject hasn't been too much of a rambling mess.
Yeah, we will try and do some more structured podcasts, but for now we're just cruising.
Yeah, we're trying to ration some of the subjects that we've thought of. So we tend to we've sort of we've accidentally developed a pattern of doing like a subject, like a structured podcast, and then a bit of a freestyle chat, and then we'll do so the next one we'll do a subject.
Oh, and on that note, obviously, looking at all of our content, the Volvo XC70 video is out.
Yes,
Thanks
yeah,
to those
again.
that have already watched that. It's one of our finer pieces of works this year.
I think so.
'Cause we've done none.
Yeah, I was quite happy with that video.
Yeah, I liked
Quite
it.
happy with that turned out. I need to make some shorts out of it. I've been lacking on that a little bit.
Well, I've got some shorts on now.
So, yeah, if anybody hasn't seen it, just please watch it purely for Country Force, because
Yeah.
that is one of the favourite things we've
Yeah,
ever done.
skip to Country Force. We'll put a timestamp in this video on the screen now for when to just skip to. Because if you're not interested in the video, just watch that. It's one of our finer pieces of work.
Yeah.
I love it. And if you want to see more of that, I'm really keen to make a whole series on it.
Yeah, 100%. And if you've got this far as well, please don't forget, we'd love some more submissions for Rate or Slate.
Yep.
So send us
your cars in.
some photos and some details of your car. We'll put it on the podcast. Hopefully we'll have something for that next week. Again, we are trying to stay on top of comments or on questions and all that kind of stuff. So feel free to comment on YouTube or all that kind of stuff. We would really appreciate more reviews on Apple Podcasts because that really helps us bump up the rankings a little bit. So yeah, just standard stuff really.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
See you
on the next one. Yeah.
Yeah. You have 4 minutes, mate. Do you need a piss?
No, just
all right, just jiggly.
Yeah.